Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga Gen 7 Review. Lenovo has perfected the portable business laptop. Its ThinkPad X1 Yoga is a reliable choice for enterprise use due to its various features, such as lightweight chassis, OLED screens, and titanium lids. The company has made a few alterations to it over time. Regrettably, that new processor won't provide the level of performance X1 Yoga users may be expecting. Furthermore, it causes a decrease in efficiency and puts it at a disadvantage when compared to Apple laptops. Even though this may be due to Intel rather than Lenovo, it is still an issue. We were given a 1920 by 1200 touch option that we feel is more than adequate. Unless you're willing to sacrifice short battery life, we would suggest that most people go for this instead of the OLED screen alternative. That being said, we'll discuss this further later on. The 14-inch screen is 16:10, similar to the majority of Lenovo's current offerings. Though we had to occasionally zoom out to suit windows side by side, it was ample space. There are some minuscule enhancements from the 6th Gen panel that include anti-reflection and anti-smudge technology. Although we did not have any major issues with the glare, after a few weeks of use a few visible smudges lingered. Those who are concerned can utilize the enclosed stylus as an alternative. For those that are familiar with the X1 Yoga series, there are various improvements from the Gen 6. The webcam went up from 720p to 1080p resolution and one can adjust different settings using the Lenovo View utility. The new iteration supports Mirrormetrics as glance, which provides the capability to lock automatically when absent, as well as a blur if peering over someone's shoulder. The Gen 7 supports HDMI 2.0B compared to last year's 2.0 model. This version of Gen 7 is 0.02 inches thicker and 0.04 pounds heavier compared to the previous tested edition. The X1 Yoga is a visually pleasing device, flaunting a charming gray color to contrast with the sea of standard black ThinkPads. It's well built, with a strong hinge that won't allow any wobbling regardless of how you set it up. This laptop has two Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports, two USB-A ports, and one HDMI port on the left side. It also has a keyboard with good quick and shallow travel, plus Dolby Atmos speakers that deliver loud audio without needing high volume. My main qualms from the last chassis still stand. Primarily, the touchpad is a tad small. Though we recognize that this might be a conundrum that Lenovo can't fix. The source of the trouble is due to the physical clicker buttons that have been a hallmark since day one. They consume the majority of vertical space in the touchpad. Every time we move up and down, my digits are constantly touching plastic. While navigating is effortless, it seems somewhat constricted relative to other similar touchpads. The X1 Yoga's finish is easy to scratch. After only a week of use, the lid had acquired several. We often carried it around in my bag with other gadgets, but that kind of use should still not cause damage like this. We think the powerful 1260p processor in this computer is more than sufficient for everyday office tasks, like document markup, presentations, word processing, and video calls. Plus, we never felt any heat or heard the fan even when running multiple tabs and programs on battery saver mode. Regretfully, we were unimpressed with the battery life. It lasted an average of 6 hours and 13 minutes with medium brightness, yet sometimes it managed 7 hours of use with light tasks. The battery life of this unit is noticeably shorter than the X1 Yoga Gen 6. This is significantly worse than the Gen 6, which usually had over 8 hours of battery life with an identical workload. The Core i7-1165G7 processor on that device was perfect for my workload. Nevertheless, we don't think the decrease in efficiency is worth the increase in power for those buying a light and portable business laptop.